All right, let's see. All right, hello to whoever is watching. How are you? I am adding the link to join. Actually, let me do this first. All right. Damn, it's hot. I gotta turn on this. The sound is gonna. I don't know what it's gonna do to the sound, but definitely need this AC on. This is insane. All right. Uh, Lights are good, I think. Sorry, I haven't had this. I haven't set this up in a while. It's taking me a minute to figure this shit out. All right, that should do it. All right, hello everyone. Um, Welcome back to I guess the live show. And today's question is a very simple one. I'm just curious, what is the plan? What is the plan? Like we're living in the world right now in the United States, and we're watching the men and women who enslaved us planning for part two. They're going for a second round. We're watching them put everything into place to ensure that when that time comes, there's really not much we can do. And we only have two options right now. The options are fight or flee. I don't know what if the plan is flee. We really need to start organizing. We really need to start organizing. We need to start talking to our people. We need to start figuring out where we're going to go, what the plan is. And then if the plan is fight, we honestly need to start figuring that part out too. This is not something that, again, keep your moves silent. You ain't got to make noise. No, look what everything they're doing. We need to respond publicly. They're doing theirs publicly. We have to respond. So my question is, what is the plan? Do we have one? Or are we just freestyling? Is everybody going solo dolo? Everybody, well, I have no idea what's going on. It looks like everyone seems to be organized, but us. So I'm curious. What is the plan? Sorry, I got one strand sticking out. Fix this shit. So if there's anybody here, as you'll always, I don't like being the only person talking. If that were the case, I would just stick with my Instagram account or my TikTok, even though TikTok keeps banning me. My last account was 3 days old, so they figured. And that's the thing that another thing that's again, it's really bothering me is these people have figured out that whatever it is I say, or at least they believe that whatever it is I say is that much of a threat to them that they need to keep banning me to the point that now my account only lasts 3 days. 3 days, no warning, no infractions, no nothing. It just got banned. I appealed it. It got, uh, what's it? I appealed it. The appeal got denied. So I had to create a new TikTok account today. So they understand that things that I say are incredibly hurtful to them and valuable to us, and they're willing to. But when I look at like, yeah, I don't, I don't want to say it because people will be like, okay, now he bugging, or but the thing, it really is. I feel like I'm alone in this. I truly feel like I'm alone in this. I'm setting myself up as a target because the truth is, if they feel like yo, this guy, we cannot silence him. We cannot get him to take a hint and stop doing this content. Then we have to find a way to silence him. And what does that look like? Somebody left it in my comment on TikTok. You're not worried. Don't worry about no white guy with a sniper rifle. You should be worried about the black guy walking down the block with a hoodie on, who's trying to ask for Lucy or something. He's the one. He's the one they paid to come get you. He's gonna be one of our own. And that's the thing. Is again, I'm wheelchair, but not wheelchair bound. I'm still using crutches. May 30th, I was assaulted. My hip was broken by our own people simply because someone asked me for a picture from my seeing my content on Instagram, and they thought this dude's got to be a celebrity. Why are people walking up to him asking him for a picture? Like, nigga, I just talk about pro black shit, and they, my own people, the same people I'm trying to help, did that shit to me. So I know my people are the ones I need to worry about. But what is the plan? What are we doing? If there's anybody here, please get online. Let's have a conversation. Actually, not. I want to hear everyone's individual plan. If you're willing to share it, please come online and tell me what you're doing. What's your plan? What are you doing? Are you planning on getting out? Like, what's the plan? Smithsonian. They're canceling the Smithsonian. They're because they don't want the history of slavery being taught in America. They do not want the history of slavery being taught in America. I just uploaded a video of a woman that has books in Texas that have changed the narrative now on slavery, calling slaves indentured servants, saying there was never slavery. It's indentured servitude. They're erasing your history. They're planning. They're now the federal government is now like look this up. They're telling kids it's better to be a slave than to be dead. That means if you're black in America right now, you have two choices. You're either dead or you're a slave. That's what they're teaching children so that these kids can grow up thinking slavery is not bad. At least you're not dead. These are things that they're planning right now. They're actively planning it. Go online and search. You will find multiple people talking about this. It's not a joke. They're actively planning what are we doing to counter this. All right, catch visuals say we got a plan. Catch visuals. Feel free to come online and let me know. Because everybody, whatever your plan is, you can't move in silence. Because your plan cannot. You and your whoever you are, you don't have a big enough team to undo whatever they're doing. So please share your plan with us. Because to just say we got a plan and leave it at that, that's cope. That is the same bullshit of oh, we and our ancestors, they never gonna do this to us. But meanwhile, 40 black men have been found lynched this year. We could talk shit. That's all we do. Talk, 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 talk. Like, don't y'all get tired of that as black men? Like, don't you look at other black men or other groups and see what they have going on, the sort of power they have, the dominance they have? Like, don't you look at all of these things and then look at our group and feel like, doesn't that make you feel something? So let's schedule something. Let's schedule a meeting. We don't. What meeting? Dax Daxel says, "Save those who are willing, and leave the drowning to those who are too far gone." Those who are willing, have we found like right? If we have not collectively found each other right now, are we going to find each other? How are we going to know who's who when the time comes? Because that's a very important thing. If we have not collectively found each other right now, like go on, look at the conversations we're having in our community as a people. Go online and see the conversations where literally no one is acting, no one, not one of us is acting like this shit is for real. We're coming online to just talk and talk and talk, and that's it. Talk. None of us is acting like this shit is for real. None of us are acting like this is for real until it. I don't think people will realize or accept that this thing is working or is in the works and is being planned till they see a gang of white men in hoodies with ARs unleashing bullets on black people. I don't think we're going to realize or accept. And see, the thing is, that's the thing people are waiting for, and that time it won't. By the time it won't come, everything is going to be slow and methodical. The next move now is they're going to criminalize something, and that's going to make them start mass arresting us. We're going to start getting locked up, and before you know it, boom, that's it. Prisons are now like it won't be called slavery, but it'll be that in every way, shape, and form. We're becoming a permanent underclass. Kevin Samuels tried to stop this. He saw this coming. He tried to stop this. Right now, as of where we are right now, I'm. This is not being black pilled. There's 50% of black people cannot be saved right now, no matter how much we try, unless we want a flat out revolution, violent. We cannot. Half of our community right now will be a permanent slave class for the foreseeable future. Them and their children will live to serve for the rest of their fucking bloodlines. You don't understand what these people are setting up. Like, it's there. He tried to save everybody. Let's get married. And to be fair, he was doing a good job. I am confident that is a hill I am going to die on. The US government took that man out because from the moment this man popped up during COVID till the moment he died, he single-handedly changed the conversation we were having on social media. Everybody was talking about marriage. All the black women were talking about appealing to black men. They were talking about being nicer, working out, doing. Everyone was talking generational wealth. He died suddenly. You got Sexy Red, all these women, they just blow up. But we're not taking this shit seriously. So if you're saying that we should save those who can be saved and leave the drowning or leave the rest to drown, those who can be saved, who are there? Who are they? Where are they? And how do we find them? Please, as many people that are here, please like this video so it can get out there. We got to try to get I need to start doing this. Like the video, share, like as much time, as many times as possible, please. I want this video, I want the algorithm to be able to send this video out, because if people are watching, they're not liking, that means, you already know how the algorithm works. So please like the video, share it, let people see it, let people come on in. Let's have this conversation. How are we going to find each other? Like, okay, so we need to practice and stop just talking. That's, at least I'm trying to facilitate that by opening the dialogue. What's the plan? If the plan is, the first part of the plan is, we need to assemble. I'm setting up a website. I'm setting up a group chat. I'm setting up a Telegram, whatever it is. We just need the people who have the sense to get up. Like, we need to organize. When we first organize, then we'll figure it out. If we're leaving, then we need to start talking. Hey, everybody, this is what we need to do. This is how much money you need to save up. This is what you need to do. No more lifestyle, no more partying, no more clubs. We selling everything. Like, you're singularly focused on raising this X amount of money so we can all get the fuck out. Like, we have to organize and do something. If it's fighting back, when I say fighting back, if it's we want to go build our own communities and start farming, we need to start crowdfunding. Like, we need to do something. All right. Please, yeah, this is supposed to be an open conversation for people to join in. I don't want to be the only one who's constantly just on here talking. I want people to come on. I want us to have a conversation. That's what this is supposed to be. So please click the link and join. This has been 15 minutes. I'll give it another 5 minutes. If people are not willing to have a conversation, I'll get off, because I can do this. I can just talk on. I literally have built my platform with no one else but my camera in my bedroom, on my bed, by my window. I can go back and continue making videos by myself, but I'm doing this so we can have an open dialogue. If people are not willing to have it, there's no point doing it. Group economics. Group economics. Do you have your own group that you're doing that with? I hope the answer is yes, because again, we the first step, my thing is the first step is we need to organize, and we need to first find the people who, like you said, those that can be saved, those that want to be saved. We need to figure out where, like, we need to unite, we need to find our group. We're not just entertainers. We're good at we're good in so many things. We just don't lack. We I said we just don't lack. We lack the unity. See, when I say we lack the unity, here's what I'm talking about. When I'm right now as a black person, I work, say, HR in a company. I'm going to try to make sure that every single person that comes through the door in that company, a new hire, is a fellow black person, but not just any black person. I'm going to try to make sure it's a black person well, that understands us. Like, we need to work, like, we need to support each other in every way, shape, or form. We lack unity. A Jewish man right now sitting down, flipping resumes, opens up a resume, sees Rubinstein. You 100% know Rubinstein is getting called in for the interview. Us, on the other hand, we're flipping interview, we're flipping. If we see a black name, we don't do the same shit. The only people that I say try to do the same are black women. Black women they have that unity, but they have broken us black men. That's the first step, in my opinion, is we need to create, and we need to unite. When I say we need to unite, we need to find the group that can be saved, the group of men that want to do something, have the ability to do something. We need to collectively find ourselves and congregate somewhere. That's my opinion. Who can build a platform for that congregation? Who has the power? I know my strengths. I'm going to try to the vegan thing. Oh no, so vegan. The farming thing that I talked about, setting up classes on farming. I'm going to tomorrow. I'm going out to try to start sorting that out. I will see how that works out. But like I said, I've noticed one thing: people don't like what people just would rather listen to shit I say and move on. That's my frustration. I still have my company. I've no one. Let me just get off that. What is the plan? We have so many industries. We could take over trucking industry. We have so many black men as truckers. We can have, but the problem is we need that united mindset. We need a bunch of black men who have the money to get together to pool their resources, 40, 50, 60 million dollars. With that kind of money, $60 million, we're going to Sweden, we're going to Russia, we're going, not Russia, sorry, we're going to Sweden, we're going to Germany, we're going to China, we're going to Japan, we're going to all of these trucking companies, and we're having a conversation. We're going to sign a contract with DAF. We're going to India. India has Tata trucks. We talk to these companies. We get the best fucking trucks that we can find. We 40 million we could get. I don't know how much. 40 million, like hypothetically, let's say, and not just the whole thing, just the truck bed, the truck, the main truck, the whatever. 40 million, hypothetically, let's go with 40 million can get us 40 trucks, or let's say 80 trucks. 40 million can get us 80 trucks. That's 80 black men right now that 100% are guaranteed have a job in trucking. We throw these black men in. These black men have an obligation. They have an obligation to pool their resources to, like, that's how we keep doing this shit. Before you know it, we've built a small network. We could take, I've said it before, gangbangers here in New York. We need our businessmen, the brothers that got the 10, 5, 6, 7, $8 million. We need 10, 15 of them. Get together, pool your resources, come to the hood, talk to the hood niggas, go find the Italians that own, that control, what you call it, the trash. I don't have to say what I need to say. Work in tandem, hood niggas and brother and Wall Street brothers. Work in tandem. Take the trash from the Italians. Take it. We have the numbers. We have the gangsters. We have everything. We're just not unified. We're so fucking scared. Take it. So there's so many industries. There's so many things. The thing we lack is that mindset and the unity. That's just what we lack. We lack the mindset. We lack the unity. See, to do that, see to do that, right? Sorry, I guess I need to explain. Sorry, read out what I'm responding to. Dax L said, "We got to control critical areas where we must occupy religiously. We also need financial discipline as we bleed out all our resources too fast." See, to do that, it's very simple. We can, but yes, we can, man. See, this is why I need other people to come on in and talk, because my mind is just literally it's shooting. I need like like a neuron. It's firing in different directions at all times. I'm trying to talk different things at all times at the same time, and it because see, first things first, holding our money back. We need to start changing the narrative. We need to start making these rappers look like losers. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. Cause if they're not going to change what they sing about, if they're not going to change all that shit, we need to start making them look like losers in our community. Because and I don't know how it, but this is going to be a tough one. Honestly, I don't think I have the experience required to be able to give the answer on how to get us to become financially savvy. I honestly don't have the expertise. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I just know we need to do it. I thought about saying some shit right now, and it was like, nope, nope, nope. That did not make sense to me. So, but yeah, we need better. That's the thing I'm saying. We need men who have this ability. That we need to regroup. We need men who can think on this. Think on this. Come on in. We need men who think. We need every aspect. We need all kinds of thoughts, and we even need the street niggas and the hood niggas. We need to unite in ways that you cannot understand. Like, and honestly, before I came on, I was thinking about canceling this stream tonight, because somewhere deep down, I believe this is a lost cause. It'll never happen, and we've already lost. Like, save yourself if you can. I've been thinking about this. I know I'm gonna get a fuck ton of shit for this. The last couple days, I've genuinely been thinking that we're so far gone. The black community can never be saved, and if that's the case, the black men who have won in life right now, I know y'all going to hate me for saying this. I actually was thinking about this for a whole week. Is that the black men who have won in life are the ones who have married interracially, because that is the future for all the black community. No matter how much you try to fight it, that's the future. I could fight it all I want, only for my children, because we don't have a mindset. If I individually go save myself, go get a black woman, I'm still bringing my kids into this world where my daughters are going to be on some pasta lobster, my sons are going to be on some. If it ain't snowing, I ain't going. So if my bloodline is eventually going to be white, the black men who have won are the ones who have started picking the bloodlines themselves. Because I could pick black all I want, only for my daughters. Look, I mean, there's an interview of Mike Tyson on a podcast saying his daughters don't date black men. He says because they've told him it's because of him. I remember seeing that. I'll make a video on it. Obama is the most lookingest up to black man. I know that doesn't make sense. That language I use, that word doesn't exist. But you want to talk about black men to look up to? Obama rose to the fucking presidency. There's no black man worthy of looking up to like Barack Obama, if you want to play that card. But even his own daughters are out here dating Caucasian men. If a man like that cannot inspire his own daughters to see the greatness in black men, what fucking hope do the rest of us have? So, all right, I apologize. I wasn't looking at the stream. I was looking at another thing. I'm gonna go invite people backstage. At the stage. At the stage. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
What's going on, my brother? Love the
My
platform, love the energy, and also I kind of sympathize with the sentiment that you're sharing. I've kind of went through the same mental struggle, going back and forth with the can we save them? Do we save ourselves? What do we do? How do we do it? Where do we go? Um, so I'm going to be here not for too long because I got a lot of things I've been doing. Quick little intro, brother. My name is Tobiah Tafari. I'm a full stack developer in the blockchain space.
Oh,
I'm also the lead founder
just
of
like you, we've been looking for a long time.
I've heard that a lot. But it's been a struggle to get to where I'm at. Surrounded by people who don't look like me in this space when it comes to coding. Everybody wants to be an entertainer, a rapper, something that I've done in my past. I was a producer in my teenage years. Kind of had kind of like the same story all of us had growing up. You know, but yeah, I'm a full stack developer. I've been working on this project for about half a decade now. And it's so interesting because some of the key words you were sharing goes right along with our project's name. And the name of our foundation is called Tri-Unity. It is a call to action, um, basically telling brothers and sisters what we need to do, which is try unity. Something that we don't do. We do everything else but try unity. Um, our project is a non-religious project. We accept all brothers and sisters who have like minds, regardless of culture, creed. Um, we try to leave that out because that's something we can do amongst our immediate families. But when it comes to economics, we all share the same plight, the same issue. And I did make a mention to group economics. So that's why I've taken this journey into the blockchain space because I have a very keen understanding of how it can be utilized for us to circulate value, in both intrinsic and subjective value amongst our peers to be able to usurp the system that we've been running around in a rat race for the last few centuries. All right, so yeah, brother, I want to kind of just feed off of your energy. You know, if anybody in the panel have any questions or anything like that.
All right. So you said black economics and blockchain.
Yeah.
I understand. How do those two come together?
All
And
right. So
how do we get to utilize it to benefit us?
perfect. So the best way I can break this down is we've been using, and we all understand, like right now in 2025, a lot of us are still utilizing the central banking system, a system that we know is necessary, yet a system, if we do our own due diligence, has been, for lack of a better word, raping our energy and our money. 99% of us have checking accounts with major banks. And when we deposit this money into these banks, all they do is utilize us through fractionalized banking to lend our money out, make interest off our money, and in turn create value for themselves. Value that we don't really truly see because the dollar that we have is inflated and loses its value every passing day. Everything that we buy, all these things that we see around us, is decreasing in value because of the monetary system that we've been using. So how can we usurp that or basically disrupt that system? And it is using blockchain technology. Now, a lot of people's gonna, I've got a lot of pushback from brothers and sisters when it comes to blockchain. A lot of people saying, digital currency doesn't have any true value.
Well,
And
now we've seen what's it? I can't remember the name. The recent executive order slash bill, not executive order, bill. Actually, it's an actual bill passed by the House and the Senate on digital currency. So now, just about, and I think any company that has over $10 billion in saving in cash can create their own digital currency.
Exactly.
So how can we get together and have our own 10 billion and create our own that would be utopia.
Exactly. Precisely. So I've created our own protocol under the Triunity system. We are developing our own blockchain, which is a digital ledger to where value can be transferred without intermediaries, without a middleman, right, an intermediary, or without a central bank governing the movement of value. Um, the United States are trying to do their best to capitalize and to regular to basically tax anybody who's creating within their jurisdiction. However, people like the African Union, right, um, have paved the way for us to be able to utilize other means to be able to create. So our project, we have connected with the Angolan government. You know, we do have a website. I don't want to do any like frivolous advertising here. This is not what this is about. But on our website, we have documentation on how we will be utilizing a 38 square mile island off the southern coast of Angola to build. All right. Our plans is basically the polar opposite of what the state of Israel has carried out since the 40s, which is ethnic cleansing of the Palestinians. I don't have to go down that rabbit hole, but we all seen what the so-called Jews have done to that region and has destabilized the entire world economically. That's their MO from their inception, is to economically destabilize everything they touch. All right. So we're not doing that, right? This land has been unoccupied. The Portuguese left this land. It's been deserted since the 80s. And the Angolan government has given us a clear path to be able to use our platform to crowdfund money through many means, however you want to do it, whether if it's US dollars, gold, land, whatever it is, any type of value, because everything around us is some form of value, and collectively build our wealth together. And once we have done that, we can slowly but surely develop this empty oasis with initiatives like reforestation and many other projects on the island to be able to create for us a living situation that can be conductive to the future generations to be able to thrive. This land is literally
The land, is it being given or do you have to purchase it?
It's being given to those who want to invest in it. Right now, the Angolan government they're not doing anything with the land. We do not have to purchase it. They gave us steps in order to be able to begin development on the land.
And is that information on your website?
Yes, it is. It's on our website. Essentially, we will be starting a tour company in the capital of Luanda to be able to establish tours to the island and becoming one of the leading tour companies to the island. And from there, we will start minimal phases of construction and development on the land in conjunction with the government.
What is the name of your website? Put it out there so people.
Absolutely. The website is tryunity.life. That's TRYUNITY.life. And that is our main portal to everything that we have developed. We're actually in the phase of launching out our quantum mining project. We do have a protocol called LETS. LETS is an acronym for Lift Everyone Through Sharing, which is basically a profit sharing platform that brothers and sisters can use to, one, educate themselves on blockchain, Web3, cryptocurrency, and more. 100% of the funds is shared with the community. So as a developer, we've literally created this protocol to share 100% of the funds with the community. We don't get any share from that. We have other means and other protocols that we are, as a foundation, able to create revenue to be able to do other development and other progression for our community.
I got a question. Where are you located?
Located in South Florida.
Okay. Would you be open to giving a class to a larger group of people that need to know a thing? Because people need to learn about cryptocurrency. People need to learn about blockchain. People need to learn about Web3. And there's so many people that have this negative, like once people hear crypto, they think scam.
Exactly. Very
So
true. Yeah,
you,
I'm 100% open to it. I actually been a people check me on Instagram, Tobias Tafari. I've been sharing my apprenticeship. You know, it's been falling on deaf ears, but I do like catch visuals. He's one of my apprentices. He was a sailor. He was working in the Bering Strait, working on the ships back in August when he first met me. Um, he became my apprentice, and since the beginning of the year, I've basically helped him get to a position to where he doesn't need to sail anymore. He basically quit that job. He's making around $300 to $400 a day right now in the crypto space, which I've given him the freedom to be able to take care of families, bills, etc. Time freedom to be able to explore other things in his life and stuff like that.
the problem with us in our community is nobody wants to give this information for free. Everybody wants to charge for it.
Right.
Right now, you go anywhere. We have one of the biggest issues when it comes to credit repair. But you'll
Mm-hmm.
see black people, oh, you know how to fix your credit? All right, go ahead and book this. Like, no, why are you trying? Like, we need the group that needs the most help is the group being exploited the most. So
Right.
that's one of the main issues we have. No one is willing to share this information for free.
Absolutely. So yes, I was charging, a lot for this, but I've taken the time out to kind of separate, you know, my time with apprenticeship and being able to just give the basics, give what's necessary to educate people on this kind of get them kick started in this industry. Um, so that's where the Let's platform come in. We will be doing classes, live classes within the back office of that. And I'm not charging myself, I'm not charging people to be able to get that information. There is a one time $50 lifetime fee to get access to it, but that money goes to somebody who shares the opportunity with somebody else. So, for example, let's say you join today, you'll be like the 44th person to join the opportunity, and you get to learn, and you're part of the community. If you decided to share it with somebody else, instead of money going to me, the money is actually going to be going to you directly for sharing it. So I've created a very beautiful ecosystem to where I don't want all the money. I want the education to go out, but at the same time, I want money to be shared amongst the community. 100% of the money, not even 1% of the fees going to me. 100% of $50 is getting split between the community to help the community circulate the money amongst themselves. So and on top of that, I'm still open to doing YouTube's, Instagram lives, Twitter spaces, whatever the case may be. I'm still open to
We
doing
need people because
lives to
besides
share with.
this, like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up. Tomorrow I'm going out. I have a bunch of farmers that I need to go find because I want right now. I'm gonna make a video on this where some lady in Florida saw how oranges and a bunch of other foods were
Right.
being dumped on the side of the road in
Mm-hmm.
trucks. So they're creating this shortage on purpose.
Yeah.
We less than 1% of the black community are farmers. No, not less, 1.3% of black people in America are farmers. Meaning, of all the groups in America, we are the one group that has no control over its food.
True.
The absolute way to destroy us right now is literally just stop sending food trucks to the black neighborhoods, the black grocery stores and black neighborhoods.
It's
So
very true.
I want to start talking. I want to start doing the same thing in creating like having people come in. Well, if they live like here in New York, I'll go find farmers who live in the city. If I can't find farmers that live in the city, I'll those that live anywhere else. But I want to have farmers give classes on how to grow your food, the easiest way to grow your food, what to grow, the easiest crops to things that will last you long. Like we need to start going. We're in survival mode now, right now, and we really need to start acting like it. So
True.
besides that, I want to do classes, free classes for those who are willing to give it on
Right.
everything we need to learn because we are literally in survival mode right now. We're at the end, and then those who are done with your free classes, who want more will now reach out to you, and that's where the $50 thing comes in. If
Right.
that's something you're interested in.
Absolutely. Again, I'm a full stack developer, so at the same time, I'm here to help when it comes to um anything tech
I feel like
based.
that would be an opportunity, is a good way to get more people to know about you, to join your courses, to come listen
Mhm.
to come learn. And but we need to just like we need to do we're in crisis, man, bro. We
Right.
literally like we look how many look at the percentage of us that have guns in America. We're the least armed people because of the narrative they keep pushing about black people on guns. The non-hood, the non-street people among us have this aversion to guns because we constantly are trying to prove to white society we're not a threat. So
Right.
we're the least armed people in America. We control no aspect of infrastructure. We don't control our food. We were slaves on this. We're watching them plan for part two, and we're doing nothing about it.
A lot of my inspiration comes from Dr. Claude Anderson. If any of y'all have ever read his book Powernomics, he basically explained that same dynamic that you were talking about, and that the foundation of this foundation is economics. Because we lack an understanding of economics and group economics, everything else that comes after that is completely in shambles. When it comes to gun control, when it comes to our own food, when it comes to ownership of real estate and just ownership in general, right? All of these things fall because we have no understanding of group economics. Every other culture, every other people do. There's like when it comes to our communities in America, it's not set up like Chinatown. It's not set up like how the Spanish got it set up. It's not set up like how certain people got it set up. It's set up as a project or projects, the way
The
they've set it up for
apartment
us.
in my building on the first floor right now is four Venezuelan families in a two-bedroom house. They're all young. I don't think there's any one of them that's my age. They're
Mm.
all young. You see them young Venezuelan men. They couldn't be more than 26, 27.
Give
Four
them a year.
families. Each man has a wife.
Give
They
them a
all live
year, and
on
they'll
the
have
first floor.
a
Two of them,
thriving
oh,
business.
they came as the immigrant caravan that were coming over.
Hmm.
Two of them have bought cars, really nice brand new cars. One has a job and then he does Uber at nighttime. Two of them have bought cars.
They're actively practicing group
And
economics.
every day you walk out, like right now, as we're talking, if I bring this camera and I show and I take it outside my window, you're literally going to see them. Four women sitting down in front of my building right now with their children running around, all from the singular apartment. Black people will never do that shit. I need my space. With
Yeah,
us, with us, that would have been at least six different apartments. That's six
yeah,
landlords benefiting off of us.
true. And it's not just black people as like friends. We're talking about the family, like our
Bro,
core family,
they
like our
all met
cousins
each
and
other
sisters. Like we
here.
don't even want to do that
They
amongst our immediate
no,
family.
they don't know each other from Venezuela. They all met here in the shelter.
Mm, see,
They all met here in the shelter.
wow. I was
And
just reading in the
my
comments. A
they're
brother
not
was
they're
saying,
not the owners of the apartment. The owner of the apartment has sublet it to them
right?
and moved down south. The older
Mm,
black dude, he has sublet the apartment to them. He has moved down south. So he's in South Carolina. He just comes in every once in a while to come make sure everything's okay and
right.
goes right back. They all three met in the shelter. They're now living here. Three families. Right now, you look out the window, you see three women sitting on the chairs with their kids running around. The husbands are all having beer, chilling. We will, if it were us, that would be six separate landlords that would be benefiting off of us. So how
So
do we?
that kind of brings you back to what you were talking about at the very beginning of this live, brother. When it comes to like, what do we do to get brothers and sisters to that point? And it's almost like it seems impossible. Right? It
Well,
literally seems impossible.
the last I stopped doing this live stream for a long while because I genuinely believe we're so far gone. It's impossible to everything I'm doing. I'm just doing it because I don't have it in me to sit at home to just sit back doing nothing. But yo, I'm sorry. Someone had to put that in the comments. SLN Fitness, I apologize, bro. You just came in there. Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, Issa, can you hear me?
Yes, I apologize, Brian. So
Yeah,
we just
likewise,
Uh,
brother.
how
no biggie, no biggie. And
so
greetings to the other gentleman.
Greetings to you too as well, brother.
so what's your contribution to this, brother? What's your plan? What's the plan, or what is your contribution to the greater plan?
So I have 2 points. Um, Number one, I call for a mass migration. Uh, a mass migration to uh, specifically African Americans to their ancestral homeland, because I don't see us winning a battle here in America.
Well,
Because
don't you think don't you think the people who were planning Project 2025 saw that come in, or Project 2024, whatever they saw it come in, and that's why 5, 6, 7 years ago they funded Tariq Nasheed and created the FBA movement. So now, how are you going to convince a bunch of people that are convinced that they are the original Native Americans that they need to go back to Africa? How are you going to convince those people?
I say let them people be food. Leave those people.
I agree.
Like us like the people who watch you, who follow you, who have the mindset that we have. We're leaving. We're making these calculated decisions. Let those FBA people just be tools. Just they're a lost cause. Um,
I
yeah.
agree with you because if you notice, I said something about doing a podcast series where I was going to be traveling, talking to a lot of black men at the top of their careers. I shot an episode with Malik Yusuf, the 8-time winning Grammy artist. And then American government happened and it forced me to change my life. Like I've made life decisions, 3 separate life decisions in the last month. And I realized everything that American government is doing, that podcast, it requires me to be here in America talking to black men in America. And I don't see a future for me here in America. So I had to shift my mindset. That podcast right now, it's really on hold because if you've seen everything that's going on, everything they've done, everything they're planning, bruh, I don't plan on being here this time next year. This time next year, I very 100% plan on being in Nigeria. I do not plan on being here. So the migration, I very much am for that. I very much believe in that. But the truth of the matter is, how many of us can afford it? And a lot of people don't realize that you're not ready for Africa. And that is the honest to God truth. You're not ready for Africa. Because, see, Africa right now, the way you make Africa sound, it sounds like a dream place to you. Bro, Africa is a hellhole to all of us. And it's not supposed to be so. It's just the people in power, the people who control, like in Nigeria right now is designed, everything in Nigeria is designed to frustrate you. Every single aspect of Nigeria is designed to make you question your life for no
Mm.
reason. So if you right now, the way you're saying Exodus, if you pack up and you go to Nigeria, it's going to take for 6 months. You're going to be like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'd rather deal with those whites over there. Because for you, it's like this. If I'm going to deal with all of this, I'd rather deal with it from my enemy than rather than people that I look to as my own brothers.
Mm.
So
I
that's
don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's my ego getting the best of me, but I would look at it the other way around. Like I would rather deal with the bullshit from my own people than than stay here among these people here. I mean,
Yeah, and if I could chime in, we dealing with kind of the same bullshit from our people right here in the inner cities of America. Go to South Central Cali, go to South Side of Chicago, come down here to Murder Gardens, Miami, right? Go to Atlanta, right? Go to different places. It's kind of a hellhole everywhere. We have a way of finding a way to navigate. The ones, the true soldiers, we kind of navigate through it. And I agree with this position of both of you brothers in regards to migration. Some mass exodus is my mission, is to go back to the motherland. I just came back from Ethiopia earlier this year, and I'm engaged to a beautiful Habesha queen, right? And a lot of my plans is still like, yeah, I'm here in America. I got my rights here and all that, but at the same time, I have freedom of movement. This is why Angola has been a project of mine, but not just Angola. Like, all of Africa has its
That's another thing a lot of black men don't put into consideration, and I feel like this needs to be explained. A lot of black American men, the reason a lot of foreign black men have this frustration with black American men is black American men are the highest earning black men in the world. As a black American man earning minimum wage, anywhere, any part of Africa you go right now, you're in the top 15%.
facts.
You're making minimum wage in America. If you can get that same paycheck working remotely, any country you move to in Africa, you're in the top 15%.
True.
Not the 1%, top 15. You can live. But the thing is, so Africans see it like, you have no idea how much you have access. You have the American passport that cannot be that gives you access to almost so many countries in the world. You have the almighty dollar. So they have this frustration, like, you have no idea. You can just pack up and come the fuck back, and like everything is available. But the thing is, they've created this mentality and I've seen it with black men here, that it's a typical American thing, and with black men are not exempt from it. The mindset of America is the greatest. There's nowhere else to go to.
True.
So SLM Fitness, sorry we all interjected. You dropped one, which was Exodus. What was the second thing you had?
My second point for the plan is we need to know who our enemies are. Recognize our enemies. And you were saying how on a few of your streams you were touching how can we build, and how can we, with the media and everything, have our own media and control our own, destiny or whatever. First thing first, we have to recognize that the black woman is our closest enemy.
Not really.
Because whatever we build.
Let me interject to that. Our enemy is the white man, and he has convinced our women that we are her enemy. So I know this is going to sound, because here's the thing. That's why every group of men are very, very protective of their women, because once you infiltrate their women, you've destroyed them. We have no power. So no matter what you're going to say about the black woman, and I know this is weird coming from me, no matter what you're going to say about the black woman, how about we get power first? Then we take her mind back, because somebody came, she was with us. Somebody came and talked to her and turned her against us. So if you say the black woman is our enemy, where does that leave us? That means we just got to go with the foreign women. And how does that work? We're just going to create an army of, go look up the Haitian Revolution, go look up the country of Guadeloupe and all these places. Look at the history of the French. When the French people were not they were not on these French islands running things. They were back in France. They're biracial kids. Were the like go look at the history. That's why I have this. I would say like weird aversion towards, but because I when I started learning history, I learned the history of the biracials in the black community. They were used by a lot of people to like Haiti. It was blacks versus biracials. The Haitian Revolution, when the Haitians were trying to get freedom, it was black people versus biracials. Did you know that? The whites, it was the biracial. So if we say our women are our enemy, then all we're doing is creating a whole new set of biracial who are going to come back and oppress the rest of the blacks left.
That is true. I agree, and yeah, I might not have thought this all the way through, but just going off my first initial thoughts, what I mean by our enemy, I mean our. It's like imagine you running down a track and you're jumping hurdles. You have to cross that first.
What you mean? That's what I was saying. She's not our enemy. Our enemy has convinced her that we are her enemy.
I think it's a collaboration.
And do you know something? I've used this analogy so many times. It's not meant to be fair. It's meant to just show you what it means to be a man. Are you ready for it?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. I need you to imagine yourself in prehistoric times, caveman era, right? So there's 5 men, you and 4 other men. You all got your women with you. This is at the time when we were hunter gatherers. We don't farm. We don't got no farms. So you and 5 men total, and 5 women. So that's 10 total, 5 couples. You guys are walking around, and then you find a really nice cave, and you go in the cave to go spend the night. It's nice, it's soft, it's breezy, the air is, it's the perfect spot. You find the perfect cave to go spend the night. And then you wake up in the morning to some sounds. You're creeping up to the front door, and then you see a saber-toothed tiger. She's laying there with her cubs at the entrance to the cave. She didn't come in where y'all at. She just stayed at the entrance. So now you know a saber-toothed tiger with a cub is an incredibly fucking dangerous animal, right?
Yes.
Good. So we have a saber-toothed tiger. She has her cubs. And not just cubs. You look and she has a big-ass fucking animal that she killed. And it's laying right next to her. So what do we have? We have you stuck in a cave with no food, no water, a saber-toothed tiger and her cubs with enough food to not move from that spot for a month. You've pictured the scenario I've given you, right?
Yes.
You've pictured that scenario? Good. So now, after day 2, all your women are saying, look, bruh, we can't do this. We got to eat. I don't give a fuck. We got to eat. Now, you and one other man, both of y'all know if you step up there, you're not going to survive. You don't have any weapons. You don't have anything. You go up there, you're 100% going to die. And you're trying to explain this to these women like, look, there's nothing we can do. We're stuck here. If we go up there, this saber-toothed tiger right now, she's a mother. She has her cubs. This is the time when they are the most dangerous. Anything she sees, she's killing. She's going to kill us. That's you and one of the men in the cave explaining to your women, right? While the other 3 men, they're trying to figure out a way to get past that saber-toothed tiger to go get food. And eventually, they start screaming, create this whole chaos, blah, 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 blah. They knew doing that, like everyone knew doing that would get the saber-toothed tiger curious, and she'll come to try and stop that shit that is trying to kill her cubs. But when they started doing it in this scenario, luckily enough for you, the saber-toothed tiger grabbed one of her cubs, threw it in the back, grabbed another one, and she darted the fuck out of there. And then y'all managed to walk out of there. Out of 5 of you, which group of men do you think are done getting pussy for the rest of their lives?
The ones who did nothing.
Do you think the ones who did nothing were logical in not doing anything? Do you think that was a logical move? Like they said, if anything, do you think like they figured any type of noise, anything will scare and startle the saber-toothed tiger, and she would try to protect her cubs by coming here to kill us. That was a logical move. Do you think that was a logical move or not?
Technically, in a sense.
Yeah, that was a logical move, but the other three, they were illogical. You see, the women don't care. They don't care. All they care about is the men who brought provisions. So we can sit here and make all the arguments we want with our women on what the men have done, what white men have done, what society has done, what Spanish men have done, what everyone has done, what they've used our women to do. At the end of the day, they don't fucking care. When they see provisions, they see we don't have it. Why do you think hood niggas get all the pussy in our community? Because whether we accept it or not, hood niggas are the only group of black men in this world that have set up a system of power. It's a fucked up system, a very fucked up one. They're terrorizing their neighborhoods. Nobody can speak out against them. They're destroying their communities, but it's still a system of power where they rule at the top. They will come out and shoot somebody and nobody can say a word because of no snitching. And it's a system of power. They're the only group of black men in this world who have set up a system of power. Hood niggas. That's why they have that's why a man like King Von, before he look at his wife, his baby mama, this is before he became famous. He met her before he became famous. She's a fucking officer in the United States Army. A college educated woman was fucking a drug dealing fucking mass murderer. Look, a video just went viral on TikTok recently. A black woman, a university educated attorney from Harvard University, had her boyfriend, baby daddy, or her boyfriend, who was a bum, who was not working, was not doing anything, who beat the dog shit out of her. And she came on with her black eye trying to cry and explain it. There's the black attorney from Atlanta. She was recognized as one of the top 10 attorneys in the city of Atlanta, black attorneys in Atlanta. She was killed by her hood nigga who saw her having an attorney meeting with another lawyer, a black man. They were sitting down doing lunch. It was a business meeting. He thought she was on a date. She came back home and he popped her. Why do you think these men keep taking all these women? Because at the end of the day, they're the only group of men who have power. The rest of us, we're over here bitching, making noise. You have passport bros who are running to a system set up by another man. Like, we have to do something. So my point here is, women don't fucking care. In the Quran, I don't know if you're Muslim, but in the Quran, there's a story of this guy who, wealthy guy, him and his wife were sitting down. Every time they come out, sit down to eat, there's this beggar that comes to beg. And she would say, let's give him some food. The husband is like, no, let's not give him shit. Fuck all these poor people, blah, 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 blah. You know what happened? That same man became wealthy. Her husband went broke. She switched husbands. Do you think the story in the Quran is saying she's a gold digging bitch? No. There's no version where it gives her fault. No version. Instead, it's about how when she married the beggar and her husband now came back, her former husband came back broke, she went in the house and got some food and gave him. It painted her as the good person. So it is a woman's job to seek resources wherever it is. We're not providing any. We're not doing anything. That's why I made a video earlier. I said, what I've seen from our women is they're doubling down on this pasta lobster because some erroneously, whether it's right or wrong, erroneously think that the best course of survival for them right now is white men.
I'm 100% following you, but
you're just so much.
Believe... What'd you say? What?
You're just so much. Like, see, I don't get me wrong, right? I have all this logic that I make up, but because at the end of the day, this is the truth. That's female nature. That is female nature. Women, now, men, like somebody just put in the comment, it said, not in Somalia, we got our women in control. Whether you think that's sexist or not, one thing is a fact. To destroy a society, you need to infiltrate its women. We have no power over our women. None. That's the same reason why today you will see grown-ass black men on TikTok with bonnets on. Because we had no power to check our women and tell them this is classless. This is not something you do. You don't dress up in this kind of clothing and come outside. We had no power, and now our women passed it on to their sons because there was no man in the house. We're on third generation of bastards in our community. You have, like, bruh, it's
So, so if I heard you correctly, you said that black men haven't been able to provide security for black women. That's why they go to white men.
we haven't challenged the men who have been putting their foots on our necks for the last 500 years. That's why they're going to white men.
I say I can't 100%.
40 black men have been lynched this year. What have we done about it?
Nothing. Nothing.
So,
But I'm just gonna.
oh, wait. So nothing. So from a black woman's perspective, how are you going to protect her if y'all getting lynched left and right?
They don't want our protection.
I don't.
They don't.
That's not what I asked you. How are you going to? They don't want your protection because they don't believe you have the capability to offer it. Because they haven't seen you. Because they've woken up this year, and 40 of us have been hanging, and they haven't seen you clap back once. But they know if another nigga from down the block steps on your Jordans, he's about to find out what time it is.
Throughout the history of America, black men have built. Black men have had towns and infrastructures and banks and all this and that, and they still went against us. They still went against us.
That is not black. It's not unique to black women. It is a woman thing. Women don't give a fuck. They don't care. You can work every day for 15 years providing for your wife. She never worked a day. If you lose your job after 6 months, she's leaving you. That's female nature. If you don't have a problem with it, you need to turn trans, because that's what being a man is. It comes with certain responsibilities, certain burdens, certain realities. That's what being a man is. It's not fair. No one's ever there for us. That's being a man, carrying the shoulders of the fucking world on your carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. That's what being a man is. We have to establish a system of consequences. We don't have the power to establish it. In Second World War, what happened? A lot of French women were fucking German men. A lot of French women fucked German men. What happened after Second World War? After the Second World War, you know what the Frenchmen did? Every single woman who was with a German man, they shaved their heads, and they were only allowed to walk around in public with shaved heads as their punishment for that. Was everywhere you saw a woman with a shaved head, that was the sign, that was the word given to whole France that while we were being occupied, this woman was sleeping with a German. We don't have the power to bring consequences on our women. So what are we doing? That's what we need to have this talk right now. We need a plan. Instead of what is hating them going to do?
Wait. What is you say hating them?
No, not hating black women, disliking them, feeling.
No. I'm not saying like hate them.
But my point is, whatever type of way you feel, what is that going to do except make your mortal enemy win, who is the white man? The one thing he doesn't want from you is the black family. That is the main thing he doesn't want you to have. He's trying to convince your woman that you're not the guy. And instead of you to try to convince your woman that you're it, you're sitting back going, you see. So while you're doing
that's why I said
you're doing this, how many black families are being created?
Very little.
So who's winning this whole time?
I mean, I understand that
who is winning this
ultimate.
Whole time? Who is winning? I need you to say it. Who's winning this whole time?
Oh, yeah, the white man. Yeah.
So there you go. So the choice is yours. Let them keep winning and satisfy your own personal feelings, or push or man the fuck up and challenge them.
Exactly.
You know,
challenge them is exactly what we should do, and it should, from my perspective, it should start, not to interject, brothers, but it should start from disrupting their central banking system. It may seem impossible, but from the way my brain works, the way I understand group economics, the way I understand the economical structure of the world trade, that is their only way that they have power. It's because they've created an arbitrary, imaginary system of money.
If you take our finances away from their system, we have fucked them.
There you go.
If
Who is
we
the
right
biggest
now,
consumers of America? I
if
got a
they
question
wake
for
up
both of you
today,
brothers. Who's the biggest consumers in America?
Black
we're a
women.
utility class. We're a utility class. That's what we are.
We're the greatest consumers.
We are a utility class. We exist to be used. Let me explain something. Listen, if right now a third of Black America withholds their money, takes their money off their banks, creates our like what the brother Tafari is suggested. If we did that, do you know what America would do? If a third, not even a third is a lot. If 1/5 did that, then they would see this. Everybody sees trends, right? If 1/5 of Black America does that, do you know what's going to happen? Within the next 6 months, America will give reparations, and they will put it in banks, and they will tell that's it. America will give reparations, and they will put it in the banks. They will try to get you back into the system. You don't understand how valuable you are. Everyone knows it, but you. If you knew it, you would not be in line for those stupid. Like we own nothing of value. We control nothing of value. We're a utility. Chains. I saw a video of a woman. I made a video about it too. A Black woman with a career, with her life together. She made a video talking about how she's done with Black men. I went to go look at the reason she was done with Black men. There's a video of her with $15,000 cash buying a chain for her man. What do you see in her man? Tattoos all over like this, with his head, shaved head, tattoos all over. She's buying a chain for him. I'm sitting there thinking, does this look like a man that has a 401k? Does this look like a man that has an investment account? This woman is a woman that's working, nurse, got her shit together. That 15 grand, I said that in that exact video. If that woman gave that 15, like there are Black men sitting down right now with business plans that need startup money. They don't have it. If she took that 15,000 and there are multiple Black men that if she gives that thing to, within 3 years, they would retire her. They would tell her, sit at home and just take care of my baby. I got this. That was the investment money he was looking for. But she thought it was a better idea to go get Gloctavius a fucking chain. And he beat the dog shit out of her a month later.
So let me ask you this. Do you say that the Black woman go after the hood dudes and the street dudes?
Product of our enemy's programming.
Now I'm talking about. I'm speaking on the hood dudes that you're talking about. You say they have this power or pseudo powers or something.
They create a system of power.
So do you say that they go after those men because of that?
Yes, because those men have whatever in our community, they're the only group of men with power. That's why they go after them, because those men have power. We have to challenge those men first. Then we challenge the white man, or but we have to challenge hood niggas. We have to challenge Gloctavius. We have to take our community back from those dudes. There's a pop the balloon video I didn't want to make a video on it. It's going viral, where a sister was turning down this young brother who's an anesthesiologist. He's a doctor of anesthesiology. She turned him down. Do you understand that this man is set to make easy 500 grand straight off the first job? But she looked at him, she heard anesthesiologist. She doesn't, that you could tell that's lack of education, because she doesn't know what it is. She's thinking, oh, he didn't say doctor. If he said doctor, it would have been, but he said anesthesia. Those motherfuckers make more than doctors.
I say this with all due respect.
He said it that she turned him down because she didn't think he had the type of finances she was looking for in the man. And you could have seen all the Black women that started making videos, all the nurses, Black nurses that were making videos saying, "Are you crazy?" Like of all the men in the medical field, these are the men we look for. Like even us as nurses, we're looking for anesthesiologists so they can retire us. You had one standing in front of you and you told him you don't make enough money. Why do you think she did that? Because we don't know. We don't have a system of. She doesn't know what anesthesiology is. We don't have we have to challenge these men. They run our communities. Ask the average Black. Another one where she turned down the nuclear physicist because she said he was boring. This man is about to join the Navy. He's a fucking nuclear physicist, girl. Are you kidding me? This man is about to give you a life that will require you to never have to work a single day in your life. And all she could think about was, yo, he ain't got no swag. He's boring. She wants men that'll come home every day and smack this like. But why is it so? Because we sat the fuck back for years and hyped these men up like groupies. The rappers will come up, blah, 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 else black men will be like, yeah. We started acting like that. We made them the superstars. Now they dictate the shit in our community, helped by, of course, the Leo Cohens of the world. But the truth of the matter is, it's here. They run the shit. They run our women. Then they were propped by our enemies. We have to take our community back. There's no if but.
Those men are given power, though by our women. We are in a matriarchy.
Why are we in a matriarchy?
Because the system gives them the children. They have custody of the children. They raise.
We're in a matriarchy because we're not men enough to challenge the other men who made our community a matriarchy. You need to think another group of men. They weren't aliens. They weren't I don't know. They were men. They're men like us. They shit, they sleep, they cry, they bleed. Everything we go through, they go through. We're even finding out now, literally, that we beat them at many things, even at cognizance, at physicality. We beat them at so many things. But a group of men got together and said, we're going to dominate these men, we're going to enslave them, and we're going to turn their community into a matriarchy. Instead of us to challenge these men and turn our community back and take back our community, we're sitting back going, look, they give the power to our women. They give the power to our women. What sort of bitch-made shit is that,
man? When we have custody of our children, then that's when things will change. But
you're still talking about winning within the system that your enemy has built. You're not talking about challenging him and creating your own system.
So how do we do anything when the majority of us is coming from single mothers? Because what I'm trying to debunk is that the men, these hood niggas, don't run the community. The ones that raise these hood niggas and program them to be hood niggas run the community. And they only go after those hood niggas because they portray the ideology that they want so they can maintain the power within our community, which is a matriarchy.
Who created that system?
The white man.
So why are you not challenging the person that created that system? Why is that so hard?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said
everything you're talking about, the fact that you're focusing on that and not the men that
more specifically the CIA.
You're not focusing on the
COINTELPRO. More specifically, COINTELPRO, the CIA. This has been something that has been programmed towards our community. You know, the FBI, the CIA, they actively, even through the gang culture, right? Gang culture wasn't how it is back in when it first initiated. Gang culture now is all CIA, PSYOP.
So now my thing is, we know what we know. What are we doing with that information? Which is the point of what is the plan? That's the whole point of today's. We know what we
can't save everybody. I got to make that. I've said this amongst my peers for the last 5 years that we've been building with. We ain't here to save everybody. We are very fruitful we're fruitful as just one. Right? We've seen what can happen. One man could start a nation. Right? We don't need to save 40 million Black Americans. We need to give them the opportunity to save themselves. Those who want to be saved shall be saved. And duplication is always going to happen. A whole nation can be created off of 144,000 people, right? 1,000 people could come together and multiply into millions over the next 2, 3, 4 generations if we know what we're doing. So we can't think of, we're going to save everybody. We can't save everybody, but there are like minds, and we need to just make sure we lock arms with the like minds and don't look back towards Sodom and Gomorrah. We got to just keep our head forward with the like minds and do what we got to do.
See, my problem, or what I think is a problem, and what I am hoping to solve, is those like-minded people. We need to find a way to light up a beam so that we could find each other. That's my thing. Is we need to create a way for us to able to find each other, to create some way to just if you know those laser pointers. If you got one of those very, very powerful ones that you point into the sky, and then you're walking around, so you could see, okay, among the black people, you could figure out which one, this one, and then create a community. From there, there's no stopping us. But we need to find a way to find each other, because we're a lot of people. On the 29th, in 6 days, there's something, the de minimis. It's called the de minimis. In 6 days, the de minimis is going to expire. Everything in America is about to become expensive. Food is going to become very soon. We're going to start hurting each other for food. I kid you not. Very soon we're going to start hurting each other for resources. You don't understand how desperate this situation is. And then only 1% of us in the black community, only 1.2% of us.
Now, why you think that is, brother?
For this exact moment.
Why do you think everything is going to be expensive? What is the main root cause of everything being able to become expensive?
I agreed. For me, that's it. I can't break it down to any more specifics. I'll just say greed and leave it at that.
It could be greed, or it could be, well, when I bring up money to people, a lot of people like to run to the Bible and say, oh, money is the root of all evil, and then conveniently leave out half the verse where it says the love of money is actually the root of all evil, which is that emotional attachment. Money itself sitting there on a pallet, $1 billion of paper sitting on a pallet, has no emotion. It's not good, it's not evil. Even a pile of gold, it's not good, it's not evil. It's just there. It's the emotional attachment that we humans put towards it that can turn into greed, egos, gluttony. All the 7 deadly sins come from an emotional attachment to these things. But everything that we see and touch has some form of value to it. Even the unseen oxygen, it's being sold in hospital. Everything has some form of value attached to it. We need to find a way, and this is my whole mission, to detach our emotional attachment to the Federal Reserve note. That piece of paper that has no intrinsic value whatsoever. For the last 100 years, probably even less than that, it has not been attached to anything but the faith and credit of the United States of America, which is nothing. So who has the power? The Fed. Those who print arbitrarily, just print and print and print. Whoever touches the money first have the power. Whoever has the money, those of us holding the bag, we don't have no power because we're facing hyperinflation. Like you're saying, the 29th, everything's going to become more expensive because of what? Because they're going to probably print trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars of debt to bail out the banks first. And we, the people sitting on the bag, we don't have no value in this worthless piece of paper. So slowly they're gonna roll out a digital system. It behooves us to not educate ourselves on being able to create our own system. It behooves us. We have to understand that we have the power in a very important crossroads of the transfer of wealth in this world from paper, intrinsic value, and digital currency. We got to understand that digital currency has its place as a good store of value. It's much better than...
Someone put in the comments, say, move like the Jews. They're your blueprint. Of course. The issue is convincing our people to unite behind a singular cause, which is race. See, our issue is we're the only group of people in this world who don't identify with our race first. Every group of people identify with their race first, except us. When it comes to black people in Africa, we identify with our religion, with our tribes, with our nationality, with something. And then you come to America, it's your gender or your identity or your sexuality. You have straight black men and one over here. You got black women over here. You got the queers over here. You got the LGBT. While every like you try what's the word I'm looking? Try cornering a they them, a white queer they them who's come out on some blah 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 blah. Try putting them in the corner, and you watch them turn white real quick. They'll go back to their default setting. A transgender man or woman, whatever it is. Oh, I'm trans, non-binary, blah blah blah. Corner them and watch and see. The first thing they'll do is turn white again. So they have that basic whiteness. We refuse to unite and identify with our basic blackness to the point that we have some here who are swear. By the way, all this nigger Indians, this FBA, y'all don't know what you don't know what you just did to your reparations movement. Because now think about this. I kid you not. The first term, the first Trump election, right? The first Trump term, reparations was such a court decision that everybody was forced to have that conversation. Everyone. Biden was forced to talk reparations. What's his name? Trump was forced to talk reparations. Kamala was forced to talk reparations. Everyone was forced to talk reparations. Now, how many times have you heard they made sure FBA derailed the reparations talk to the FBA on some we the original Jews? Okay, when reparations time is like, go to your reservation. We already gave you what we needed to give you. You have nothing left to look forward to. Propaganda, I've said this, that has been my ultimate goal is everything I do right now, if I today found $100 billion in crypto or wherever, and I plugged in, I saw I had 100 billion. I am retiring, and the one thing I'm going to do, I am going to create a network. All I want to do is cartoons for children. That is my thing. It's propaganda. I want to take over the minds of our children because we have no proper. Look at it right now. Our kids, from the moment of birth, you have a child. From the moment your child is old enough to comprehend anything, you take their brains and hand it over to your enemy. They're watching Coconut, Dora the Explorer. They're watching this. We have nothing for our children. Ben 10, Wild Kratts. Next thing you know, it's Pokemon. Be- Before you know, that's why white people, the moment a white person says something, we believe them because subconsciously from birth, every time we've watched some form of media, the right answer comes from a white person. That's the same reason Netflix Africa has no one has ever seen an alien. No one has ever shut down a meteor. No one has ever flown to another planet that we know of. No human. But yet, Netflix will give Japanese people space movies. Will give white people space movies, Korean space movies. When it comes to Africans, it's witchcraft. Why can't they give us space movies too? Because they cannot have the African kid thinking that this is something that we're capable of. If an African is smart enough for this, they have to believe that their brain is best served for white people. We need propaganda. So we have so much shit to do, but we have to start somewhere, which is why I'm having this conversation. What is the plan? We need to congregate. We need to start something somewhere. So please. So Catch Visual said we can help you with that. See, Catch Visual, I understand where you say that we can help you with that. The thing is, as of right now, I'm not in the position to do that because I cannot afford to. And one thing I've found is our community so far, we do not believe. Why don't we have an Instagram? Why don't we have a Facebook? Why don't we have any of these things? We have the capability to build all of these, but what it requires is we need 3 or 4 black people who to get together and say we're going to build a platform that's not going to make us money for the next 2 to 3 years. Why is that impossible? It's impossible because first things first, how many black people have people around them who are willing to supplement their income or make or help them survive for the next 3 years while not making money? Just knowing, okay, there's a Facebook coming. These kids had their parents, they had extended family, they had people helping them survive. We don't. We're the only group of people who inherit a bill. More than half of black people in America get a bill instead of an inheritance. Do you understand how insane that is? So we have a lot of work to do. And it's like, I know there are fuck ton of animators out there. How many right now? I made a video about this. I was so depressed because my savings is down to my savings is in the red. I don't make. I've been banned from Instagram. I don't make money on Instagram. I don't make money here. I literally do not make money from social media. I've been living off of my savings the last fucking 7 months. My content. I've made so much content that I've become unemployable. Anywhere I go look for work, all you got to do is just Google my name, Isabako. Boom, you'll see all the shit. No one's gonna fucking hire me when I'm over here saying we need to hang white babies and shit. Which white person is gonna give me a job when I'm saying we need to kill their children? I've made myself unemployable. My own community, the people I'm doing this for, are not supporting me financially. I created a store, no one's buying shit. So I see what it looks like financially. But if I come out right now and I some pink sauce that no one knows what it's made of and could possibly kill you, watch me get on TV tomorrow. I'll $250,000 in sales today. So I don't know. So I literally do not make a single dime. So how am I going to? I can't afford to base it. I'm barely able to survive, let alone find someone to pay for all of these things. And the issue I face is our own people don't think we are worth putting in the time and effort for free. It's all about money. I gotta get paid. Me. Black excellence. They replaced black unity with black excellence. I hate black excellence. All that means is I have risen in the system that these men who have oppressed us has set up. I am the perfect coon. I am the one who have, because black excellence, you got to fuck a lot of your own people to get there. So, I mean, if you're willing to work for free the thing is, when I say work for free, it's not work for free forever. No, it's working for something big. My whole idea, right, was a Netflix type app or website, and find as many animators as possible to come on there, put their cartoons for kids, cartoons for teenagers, comics, whatever, all on one platform. The platform is going to be free because we're trying to market it to black mothers so that they can have it for their daughters and their sons to watch instead of Coco Melon and all of this. We're going to put our own propaganda on there. It's going to be free. Now, how is the money going to come in? That's where advertising comes in. It's going to be shared advertising. All the revenue we get from advertising, like the brother said, blockchain, it's going to be visible. Everybody can see every penny and how it's evenly distributed. Everyone can know that, okay, this shit, no one's being cheated. It's on the blockchain. Every fucking body can go catch it, can go find it themselves. But the problem is my problem is building the platform. I don't know where I can build it. I don't have the money for it. And I don't know any black person who thinks you got
somebody on the line who is much more than capable of doing something like this, brother. And for free nonetheless.
See, the thing is, when I say free, right, we're building something now.
I'm agreeing with you.
With the mindset,
I have the capabilities.
It will bring in massive revenue down the line.
Right. Because right now, I'm in the position, brother. And it's not just me. It's a collective of us. We are in the position to where we're making money. We're good, and we can create. At me as a full stack developer, I can create side projects. I call them side quests, where I just make something, just be like, yeah, community had that. I don't need no money for that. I got money coming in other ways. Do what y'all could with this. So, like you're saying, that's a perfect idea. The Triunity network is going to be a blockchain that allows other developers to come on and build. It's open source. There's no restrictions on other people being able to come in and being able to create something and have the ability to lock in with me to get the tools to build something. I don't need the money for a lot of the projects that we're building out. There's multiple projects that we're building under the umbrella, and personally, I don't need the money because, to be honest, if it's dollars, I don't need it. It's not worth anything.
No, because the thing is, Sosa, to answer your question, I don't. This is not news. I don't talk to my family. So, and the truth is, if I were still in line with my family, I probably would not be the person I am today. I probably would be working at some oil refinery somewhere. But no, I don't talk to my family. I don't talk to anyone. I haven't spoken to anyone in years. I haven't spoken to my dad in almost 2 decades. So I'm his embarrassment, unfortunately for him. I just have
Hey,
to.
gentlemen, I'm gonna drop down. Isa, I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you.
Those are the only, yes, sir. Those are the only 2 points I wanted to touch on, and I look forward to the next one.
Absolutely. You clearly need some more time to sit down and think about it. And I understand your frustrations, right? And I get it. But at the end of the day, you're still a man, and you have to look at the world from a masculine point of view. And the masculine point of view is that women don't give a fuck. Women don't care. All that shit you're making is excuses. All they want is production. They want.
And let's say the mass majority, because like I said, I feel like a virtuous woman does care.
Hmm?
Let's say the mass majority of women don't care.
Yeah.
There's
Well, that's the thing. If it's more than
a
half,
virtuous woman.
if it's
A
more than
virtuous
half,
woman
that's a
definitely
majority,
care.
then you can generalize. If it's 51%, then that you're good enough to generalize. That's more than half.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we could generalize. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we could also generalize our men. You know what I'm saying? Like, not all of them is going to be cut from the same cloth as us, brother.
absolutely. So what we need, like I said,
Some of them need to be left.
we need to find a way
Honestly
to create
speaking,
a platform for us to unite. We need a way to light up a beacon for like-minded black men to find each other. Because you're doing what you're doing. I'm having the conversations I'm having. I feel like if we had met 2 years ago, this whole app slash websites for cartoons for kids would have already been a thing by now. The
right.
reason we so
And I'm big on that, bro. Like
my thing is
I'm an
we
anime
need to
head
find a way to
myself.
create a beacon so that we can unite and find each other. Because someone's like, I'm willing to pay for it. I'm like, okay, if you're willing to pay, thank you. That's someone who's willing to pay. But right, the target audience, our main target audience, are not gonna pay for it. Because think who our main target audience is. Who do you think needs the most propaganda in our community? It's
See
the
I feel
it's
like
the
that's a
hood
problem in our community
it's the
because
hood ass baby mama.
when it comes to us spending money on ourselves, it's
The
it's a
hood
big
ass
issue.
baby mama. She's
When
the
it
one
comes
that
to lining up for Jordans, we have no problem spending it.
bro, I said this, I just said it right now. I have been doing all this content. I am unemployable. I cannot get a job anywhere because of the content I do. I am so frustrated. I have created ways, I've built a website, try to get people to go purchase leather goods. I've done what no for financial support, nothing. And then in the same breath, I'm literally watching the work like the shittiest of our community getting thousands in donations, and I'm sitting there looking like, you got to be kidding me. I'm here trying to help my community. I've lost. I'm unemployable. Like you get my frustration, and that's
Yeah.
the person y'all throwing money to. The big black guy, the Nigerian guy that likes to open his mouth like super wide and eat, that dances like a gorilla. I found
Yeah.
out this man makes $2 million a year from
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah.
That's how much he makes from dancing like a gorilla and eating, because that's what they think of us. That's what they want to see of us. I made a video. I showed it. My Instagram. I cannot have subscribers on Instagram till July next year. I cannot go on live on Instagram till July next year. I cannot make any money on Instagram till July next year. TikTok. I created a TikTok 3 days ago. I created an account 2 weeks ago. No, 2 weeks ago. Built it up to 12,000 followers. 3 days ago, it got banned. 3 days ago, I created a brand new account. I woke up today. That account has been banned. So the people that the system understands that the things that I'm saying are that big of a threat that they're willing to make sure I don't have a voice. The people that I'm saying it to are not even willing to listen or give any type of financial support. And I'm stressing, and I'm watching those same people give money to Ikane. Like this day, I was on TikTok. The reason I blew up, I was on TikTok. I'm sliding through, and I happened to stumble upon Prison Talk. It was 3 dudes in prison on live on TikTok. You should have seen it. They had over 2,000 people in there. You should have seen the women that were sending money, black women, and it just got me, and I made it. That was
Yeah,
what
I understand your frustration, brother, because the same thing is going on with me on Instagram. I've been posting about this project for the last year, and those posts don't get any kind of viewage, comments, likes, or anything like. But if I do a remix of something just trendy, oh, watch that video goes viral. You know, it just goes viral. So I just saw Isosa just said change content. You easily get a huge amount of following without trying. Focus on the money for now.
see. That's the thing, right? I've thought about this a lot. Change content, go do whatever, go do whatever. The problem is the moment I start changing my content, it takes 24 to 48 hours before I see some bullshit on the news and I'm like, oh hell no. Nah. So that's the person that I am. I don't have it in me to do that. I want to
use their platforms. Use their. This is my own advice. Like use their platforms to do that and kind of take the same lead that what's the brother from the Nation of Islam, RZA has been banned because of the whole COVID thing when it came to Instagram, TikTok. They was shadow banning him, but he went ahead and still took his following to other platforms that allowed him to get the message out. But when it came to coming back to Instagram and TikTok, he kept his content more under control and just in a very slick way told people, come over here. If y'all want to get the real, join my Patreon. Come over here. You could join me on Kick.
I spoke today. I made a video talking about I just got banned. Please come on my Patreon. Only one person signed up.
Don't give up, brother.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to say. So
yeah,
I know
frustrating, but the journey to the top, you know.
If I had made a video say, yo, y'all sign up for some dumb shit, watch how dumb shit gonna go up. Like, so that's what I'm saying. And I'm frustrated. Like, I understand, I get frustrated. And after my frustrations, I understand where it comes from, which is the whole point of me trying to do this whole propaganda, is because we have to change the mindset of our people. And the easiest way to do it is capturing them when they're young, when your mind is a sponge. Right. That's what I'm saying. You create the platform. I'm gonna go looking for all these animators. They're gonna put their cartoons on there. They're gonna put their comics on there. Everything is going to be free. You can create an account for free. Advertising is going to be the way we're making the money on. It's going to be split evenly. You can go to the blockchain, see how money is being split, and then eventually this platform starts to grow. We're going to be telling them. And the thing about it is, so unfortunately, you can't start with a conscious message if you're trying to grab the hood community.
Oh, it's a psychological thing. You got to kind
of you have to start with ratchet, but with hidden messages in there, and slowly go from ratchet.
You got to reprogram them.
Cartoon right now with some regular Dora the Explorer type shit in the black community, they're not gonna watch it. But if you do a cartoon with a black girl going, yo, come see me twerk on these flowers, watch how many black women will give their daughters that video. So now you have a little girl twerking, talking about, but it's twerking.
And then those subliminals.
But the message in there is something completely different. You start there and then slowly phase that out.
I like that concept, brother. We definitely, I got to jump off here in a little bit, but we definitely need to connect because I love that idea, brother. I'm an avid anime head. You know, I actually got a brother who's an Ethiopian comic creator. He's making his own Ethiopian mangas and also looking into, I've been tapping in with other black animators and stuff like that. So that's something I definitely want to get into, and not even for my own personal profit. Like that's just something that we could create and allow the revenue, the ad revenue to be shared up amongst the creators, to where they can get their share for their content, and utilize blockchain. So that way everything is public on the ledger. No middleman, no shady sharing of profits or anything like that. that's my whole, that's been my mission, is to help brothers and sisters utilize blockchain. Because look, blockchain is going to disrupt every single industry on the planet. I'm saying that right now. Every single industry and niche on the planet is going to be disrupted by blockchain and Web3. Everybody's still stuck on Web2, which is read and write. Web3 is read, write, and ownership of your shit, of your content. Right? So that's where we need to get to. We need to get our brothers and sisters to understand that it don't matter what you do, what you're skilled at, what profession you're skilled at. Utilize blockchain to take it to the next level and future-proof it.
All right, man. Thank you very much. And everyone who has been here, thank you very much. It's been an hour and 6 minutes. That's definitely 46 minutes longer than I intended on doing this. So that's definitely a good sign. Conversation was great and we were flowing. So yeah, I'm gonna take Sunday off. I'll be back here on Monday, and it's going to be the same topic again. What is the plan? Please go figure this out. Like I said, the one thing that I think the main priority needs to be is we need to find a way to congregate. We need to find a place to hang out. We need to find, even if it's Telegram, just a group, a place where like-minded people, black men, black women, can go unite, and then we could take it from there. Because right now, we don't need to be having this conversation in open with the black people who have no business being in there, because they're just going to come in and derail the conversation. So we need to unite. We need to light up a beacon so that we can find each other. And that said, thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate you coming on. Tafari, do you have Instagram? Please send me a message on Instagram.
I'll drop the Instagram here in the comments.
Send me a message on Instagram. I'll look it up so we can connect and do something together, and we can start a conversation and take it places. Like you said, yes, Mr. Uwaga, that is what we talked about. We will look forward to that. Classes on learning about Web3 and all of that. There's so much that we need to do. But hopefully everything, the conversation starts somewhere. So that said, thank you very much, everyone, and have a good day, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Cheers.
Cheers.